हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे मेटल कार्बाइड्स के बारे में। तो मेटल कार्बाइड्स के बारे में हम लोग क्या क्या पढ़ेंगे, हम उनके प्रिपरेशन मेथड्स पढ़ेंगे और उनके टाइप्स पढ़ेंगे कि साल्ट लाइक कार्बाइड्स क्या होते हैं, कोवलेंट कार्बाइड्स क्या होते हैं और इंटरस्टिशियल कार्बाइड्स क्या होते हैं। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं मेटल कार्बाइड्स। मेटल कार्बाइड्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंपाउंड्स हैं आपके। मेटल कार्बाइड्स में बेसिकली जो आपके कंपाउंड्स होते हैं कार्बन के इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एलिमेंट्स के साथ होते हैं। तो अगर हम इनको डिफाइन करना चाहें कि मेटल कार्बाइड्स क्या होते हैं, तो मेटल कार्बाइड्स आर बाइनरी कंपाउंड ऑफ कार्बन with more electropositive elements. Metal carbides are binary compound of carbon with more electropositive elements. कार्बाइड्स जो हैं वो बेसिकली आपके 3 टाइप्स के होते हैं। तो कार्बाइड्स की अगर हम बात करें कि कार्बाइड्स की कितने टाइप्स हैं, तो कार्बाइड्स जो हैं ये आपके 3 पार्ट में आप डिवाइड कर सकते हैं। 3 टाइप्स के जो हैं कार्बाइड्स होते हैं। पहले होते हैं आयनिक और यू कैन से साल्ट लाइक कार्बाइड। सेकेंड होते हैं कोवलेंट कार्बाइड एंड थर्ड होते हैं मेटेलिक कार्बाइड, या आप इन्हें इंटरस्टिशियल कार्बाइड भी कह सकते हैं। या फिर आप इन्हें एलॉय लाइक कार्बाइड भी कह सकते हैं। अब आती है बात इनकी टाइप्स के बाद कि इनको आप प्रिपेयर कैसे कर सकते हैं। हाउ विल यू प्रिपेयर मेटल कार्बाइड्स। तो प्रिपरेशन के इनके 3 मेथड्स हैं बाय विच you can easily prepare them. First method is by heating metal with carbon. By heating metal with carbon. For example, you have lithium, you heat in the presence of carbon and you get Li2C2, that is lithium carbide, and if you balance this you get this reaction. Similarly, silver react with carbon to form silver carbide. That means metal directly combine with carbon on heating. Second method, by heating metal oxide with carbon. For example, calcium oxide, which is a metallic oxide, it react with carbon and form calcium carbide, which is very important. Calcium carbide is used for ripening of fruits. And second one is aluminium oxide. It also react with carbon on heating and form aluminium carbide. And third reaction method is from acetylene. You can easily prepare them. Acetylene react with lithium to form lithium carbide with the release of either hydrogen or lithium hydride. Secondly, acetylene can react with silver oxide and form silver carbide plus water molecule. This is the preparation method by which you can easily prepare carbides. You can prepare carbides either by heating metal with the carbon, or you can prepare them by heating metal oxide with carbon, or you can easily prepare them with acetylene gas. So this is the preparation method to prepare metal carbides. Now we will discuss how you can differentiate them, what are the various types, how many categories are there. So let's begin to discuss about salt-like carbides. We are considering first type, which is called ionic carbide. Or you can say salt-like carbide. This is really very important because these carbides are transparent crystals and are non-conductor of electricity. Especially their hydrolysis part is very much important because they readily hydrolyzed in water, yielding various hydrocarbon. And depending upon the nature of hydrocarbon they produce on hydrolysis, they can be of three types. First is methanite, second is acetylite, and third is alkylite. Methanide is that carbide which release methane on hydrolysis. Acetylite which release acetylene on hydrolysis. And alkylite which yield allyne, or you can say propyne on hydrolysis. So this is a very important thing, that methane is released or acetylene or released or propyne, or you can say an allyne is released. They are classified into three types, either they are methanite or they are acetylite or they may be alkylite. So in methanide, the ion which is present is C-4. C-4 ion is present basically. In acetylide, the ion present is C2 minus 2 ion is present. And in allyl, C3 minus 4 ion is present. So, we have three kinds of hydrocarbon. When ionic carbides get hydrolyzed, either we get methane, or we get acetylene, or we get an allyne group, and depending upon these group, it can be methanide, acetylide and allylide. So let's take one by one to get it more clear. First one we are taking methanite. Methanites, as we know that the examples are aluminium carbide and beryllium carbide. What happen if you hydrolyze it? Consider the case of Be2C. It reacts with water and form beryllium hydroxide with the release of methane. In case of aluminium carbide, it reacts with water and form aluminium hydroxide with the release of methane. And they contain C4 negative ion in it. Always remember that hydrolysis is a non-redox reaction. So, oxidation number of carbon remains same on both sides. So, if we consider Be2C, the oxidation state of beryllium is +2, and for carbon you have to calculate. So, you can easily write 2 plus 2 plus x equals to 0. So, x equals to 4. And if we search for a compound which can accommodate 4 ions, is the only methane. So, Be2C always release methane gas. So, Be2C is a carbide which is actually a methanide because it releases methane always. Now, we will discuss about second category, that is an acetylide. You know that the carbide which yield acetylene on hydrolysis. The carbide which yield acetylene on hydrolysis. For example, MgC2, CaC2, Li2C, Na2C2, BeC2. Now see the reaction of these carbides on hydrolysis. Suppose we are taking calcium carbide. On hydrolysis, it releases calcium hydroxide with the release of acetylene gas. If we consider lithium carbide, then on hydrolysis, it releases lithium hydroxide and acetylene gas. If we consider sodium carbide, it reacts with water and form NaOH and acetylene gas. So again, hydrolysis is not an oxidation reduction reaction, so the valency or the oxidation state of carbon remains same. If we consider the case of calcium carbide, it is having +2 charge and each carbon is having -1 charge. So each carbon is having -1 charge, and it is possible only in acetylene, so it is an acetylide. You know that only this is the compound in which each carbon has -1 charge. So the only possibility is this. Now we come to third type. Third type is allyl. Third type is allyl. There is only one carbide which yield allyne on hydrolysis. Always remember that Mg2C3 only carbide which yield allyne on hydrolysis. What is the reaction? Mg2C3 on hydrolysis will form magnesium hydroxide and yield this allyne. Now one thing comes in our mind, what is the structure of this, how this appears, how this come in this reaction. Let's see the structure of magnesium carbide first. This is the structure of Mg2C3. When it get hydrolyzed, what will happen? The bond of carbon and magnesium got broken because these water molecule consist of H and OH units. So this bond get break, this will break, hydrogen will come here, OH will come here, OH will come here, H will come here, this also break, this also break, H will come here, H will come here, OH and OH will come here. This type of transition state will form, and after that what happened? You get MgOH twice, 2 moles, one is this, second is this, plus you get this CH triple bond C CH3. In this way, this allyne will get formed. So again, when we read about the oxidation state, what is the oxidation state in this case which is possible? So let's consider it. Mg2C3, here 2 positive. So what will be the oxygen state of carbon? Two plus 3x equals to 0. So 4 plus 3x equals to 0. So x equals to minus 4 by 3. This is the oxygen state which is possible in this compound. And you know that fractional oxygen state is not possible. Actually, it is the average sum of the oxygen state of all the carbons. So in this case, if you consider this moiety, then this is having minus 3, this is having minus 1, this by this way 4 by 3 oxygen state is possible, and this is the only moiety which is possible. So in this case, upon hydrolysis an allyne will get evolved, and this is an example of allylite. In this way, if any compound is given to you, you can easily identify which type of gas you will get in this. This kind of question sometimes comes in the exams, so you can easily identify what type of gas you will get upon the hydrolysis. Suppose question comes, CaC2 on hydrolysis will release which gas? Option A is methane, option B is C2H4, option C is C2H2, option D is C2H6. So you can easily calculate the charge on calcium is 2 positive. So each one is having -1, and -1 is possible only in case of acetylene like CaC2. This is having +2 charge. So each carbon is having -1 charge, which is possible only in case of C2H2, that is, so the answer is option C. So the answer is option C. You can easily give the answer. Answer is option C. Similarly, second type of question which can ask CaC2 contain which type of ion? Option A is either it is C-4 ion, either it is C2-2 ion, either it is C3-4 ion, and none of these. So you know that calcium carbide gives acetylene, so it is an acetylide, and all the acetalides have the ion of this type, so the answer is this. In this way, you can easily calculate the answer B. You can easily calculate the answer B. The answer is B. C2 negative ion is present in calcium carbide, and CaC2 on hydrolysis release acetylene gas. Now, the other category is of covalent carbide. Covalent carbide, they contain carbon covalently bonded with elements which have the same electronegativity as carbon or a higher value, such as hydrogen, sulfur, chlorine. They can be of two types. First type, small discrete molecule like CH4, CS2, CCl4. Either gases or volatile liquids. Not thermally stable, sometimes they read as hydride of carbon, sulfide of carbon, and halide of carbon even. And second type is very much important, giant molecules for example boron carbide, silica carbide, thermally very stable, hard, and chemically inert. generally used for cutting because their hardness is almost equivalent to diamond. So many of the time they are used in cutting, used for cutting. They are used as an abrasive, and this is also known as carborundum. Now the question arises, how will you prepare them? B4C is known as Norbide and this is known as carborundum. So first of all, we see the preparation of these two. Boron oxide react with carbon in electric furnace to produce Norbide, that is boron carbide. Similarly, silica in electric furnace react with carbon to form silica carbide, which is popularly known as carborundum. With the release of carbon monoxide. B4C and SiC hardness is equivalent to diamond, so used as abrasive. Silica carbide is very resistant to corrosion. It is used in nuclear reactors for making containers for nuclear fuel at high temperature. Now, the third type is also very important. It is interstitial carbide. It is prepared by the direct combination of metal and carbon or by the reduction of metal oxide with carbon at high temperature close to 2000 degrees Celsius. That means all the transition metals for example, titanium, zirconium, hafnium, vanadium, niobium, tantalum, tungsten, molybdenum, generally these out of all the transition metals, these transition metals form carbides. They are of two types, either MC type or M2C type. For example, tungsten carbide and W2C, tantalum carbide, vanadium carbide, niobium carbide, tantalum carbide, and so on. These carbides melt at very high temperature. They are extremely hard. Refractory material. Their melting point is in the range of 3000 to 4000 डिग्री सेल्सियस. अब क्वेश्चन आता है, व्हाई दे आर कॉल्ड इंटरस्टिशियल कार्बाइड्स. दे आर कॉल्ड इंटरस्टिशियल कार्बाइड्स बिकॉज carbon atom occupy octahedral interstices site. Interstices or void, one and the same thing. You know that in solid state there are two types of voids of which are present, tetrahedral void and octahedral void. In these carbides, carbon atom occupy octahedral voids, or you can say octahedral interstices sites in close packed lattice of metal atom. But the condition is the size of metal atom must be large enough to form octahedral site size sufficient to accommodate carbon atom. That means only those transition metal are able to form this kind of compound whose octahedral size is able to fit the carbon atom. What should be the limiting radius for such transition metals? The limiting radius of metal atom has been found to be 1.35 Armstrong. Interstitial carbides are very hard and brittle. They are good conductor of electricity, they are chemically inert, due to all these properties, tungsten carbide and tantalum carbide are used in high speed cutting tool. Tungsten carbide and tantalum carbide are used in high speed cutting tool. Application part I have already discussed with you that application में अगर हम बात करें तो application में आप जो various हैं इनकी जो आप प्रैक्टिकल यूटिलिटी यूज़ कर रहे हैं उसी के बारे में बात करते हैं। तो मैं आपको सिलिकॉन कार्बाइड का बता चुकी हूँ कि सिलिकॉन कार्बोराइड जो कार्बोरेंडम के नाम से जाना जाता है, it is used as an abrasive. Hardness is equivalent to diamond, so it can be used to cut because it is very cheaper than diamond, so it can be easily used where you have to cut hard things. It is used as an abrasive material, and secondly, it can be used to make containers for nuclear fuels as well. Second one is boron carbide, which is popularly known as Norbide. Norbide is also used as an abrasive because its hardness is equivalent to diamond. We have just studied tungsten carbide used for high speed cutting tool. The next one is calcium carbide. Calcium carbide is prepared by reacting calcium oxide with carbon to prepare it, and then this calcium carbide react with nitrogen to form CaNCN, that is called nitrolim, or you can say calcium cyanamide. And this nitrolim, when get dissolved in water, it release ammonia, so can be used as fertilizer. This is a fertilizer. And secondly, calcium carbide also used for ripening of fruits. So these are some of the uses of carbides.